So I have done the research, I've done the surveys. I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on my audience and who they are, who's watching these videos, who's engaging with this content. And a pretty common recurring theme is people feeling like they're wasting time, people feeling like they're wasting their lives, people feeling like they're wasting their relationships with retroactive jealousy, obsessive jealousy, or anything else. In today's video, I'm going to share a crazy exercise that you can try, that I strongly encourage you to try, that will instantly cut through the noise, cut through the nonsense in your head, and will help you stop wasting time today, right now. This is not hype, this is a fact. I'm going to tell you what this is very soon. My name is Zachary Stockill, and since 2013, I've been working one-on-one with men and women from all over the world, helping them overcome retroactive jealousy, helping them overcome obsessive jealousy, and save their relationships. If you'd like more information about my work, or you'd like to work with me one-on-one, please visit my website at retroactivejealousy.com. So first off, this is not an idea that I came up with. This is not an original thought. This is not an original concept. But I don't hear a lot of people talk about this for very obvious reasons. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you've probably heard me say on at least one occasion, you're going to die one day. I'm going to die. We're all going to die. None of this is going to matter very soon. Whatever nonsense you're dealing with right now as you're watching this video, in your personal life, in your dating life, in your work life, whatever it is, very soon, it's probably not going to matter very much. And almost certainly it's not going to matter half as much as you may imagine it to matter right now. And of course, how do I know that people fall into this trap of overthinking and thinking things matter more than they do and all the rest? Because that used to be me. Not so long ago, in fact. That used to be me on a frequent basis, getting lost in overthinking and worry and stupid anxiety and stupid, my girlfriend's past and all this nonsense that it turns out doesn't matter at all. So how do you cut through all the nonsense quickly? How do you cut through all this time wasting and needless worry and anxiety and all this stuff? How can you cut through that very quickly? You can go to a graveyard and spend some time. Okay, if you're still watching, if you're still with me, congratulations, because some people will click off that immediately. They'll say, "What? Go to a graveyard? What are you talking about? That's morbid," right? That's what we say in the Western world. That's what so many Westerners, that's the word they associate with things like death and funerals and graveyards and things. Oh, well, we can't focus on that. That's being morbid. That's depressing. Why would we focus on that? The only thing we know for sure about life is that it ends. And we spend most of our life trying to deny that fact. We are all going to die. Now, you probably know this intellectually, but how do you get a handle on that in a way that is slightly more tactile, in a way that is more tangible, in a way that makes a little more sense and that's even more clear, that will send the message even deeper into your hindbrain? In my experience, one of the ways you can do this is literally going to a graveyard. Not when there's a funeral there, not when there's lots of people around. Go to a graveyard, walk around, feel the earth, read the gravestones, read the names of the people who are lying there today. Read their dates of birth. Some of them died very young. Some of them were your age when they died. Some of them were much younger than you. Some of them were much older. But the point is, all of these stories end. When I go through graveyards, sometimes there's pictures on the tombstones and all the rest, and you can kind of get a sense for the person sometimes based on the epitaph, based on what's written on their tombstone, based on maybe a picture of them that is still there. And by the way, obviously, I'm not saying intrude on people's funerals and intrude on people's mourning and all that kind of thing. But the fact is, most graveyards are empty of the living. There's nobody there. So it's very easy. And you can still do this and be respectful to walk around and simply consider how short our time on this rock truly is. The ancient Stoics recommended this thousands of years ago. If you don't know by now, Stoicism is one of my favorite schools of philosophy. They have all kinds of wisdom there for living a great life and evolving as a person. It was enormously helpful to me when I was struggling with retroactive jealousy. But this is an exercise recommended by one of the Stoic philosophers. I don't remember which one. But this really struck a chord with me, and I have done this a few times in my life. During a period when I felt like I needed some change, I needed some new mental frameworks, I felt like I was wasting time, I was feeling unmotivated or lazy, just take a little walk around a graveyard and really think and really feel the fact that life ends, that our time spinning on this rock in the sky comes to an end for everyone. We don't know how much time we have left. I guarantee that some of the gravestones you're walking by, some of those graves are filled with people who thought they had way more time than they actually had. Sometimes people get cancer and die very young, or there's car accidents, or life is unpredictable, right? We all know this intellectually. But in my experience, actually walking around a place like this and really pausing and sitting on a bench and really sitting with death in a way that is visual and real, and you can see it in front of you in a certain sense, to my mind at least, this really helps this message sink in, that our time is limited and we need to cut through the nonsense and BS in our lives right now, because there's no time. That night you waste, arguing with your girlfriend or asking her endless questions about her past or whatever, that's one less night in your life. You are never going to get that night back. That night could have been amazing. You guys could have had the best sex ever and, whatever. She could have opened her body and her soul up to you in a way that she's never done before. Just an example. But the point is, you're never going to get that night back. So what are you waiting for? You think you have more time. And maybe you do. I hope you do. I really do. But you don't know for sure. I hope I have more time. I plan on living to 100 at least. That's my goal. That's Zach's mission for the future. But guess what? Anything can happen. Anything. I could get hit by a bus today. I could get deathly ill in a month or two. Anything can happen. I don't know how much time I have left. So guess what? I'm going to enjoy today. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of recording this weird video on YouTube that a lot of people aren't going to like. I'm going to enjoy getting in the pool later and having a swim with my girlfriend. I'm going to enjoy the glass of wine that I'm having at 5 p.m. today once I get all my work done. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of today because I know that tomorrow's not guaranteed. So a few of you will actually do this. And by a few, I mean like 0.1%, probably, if I'm lucky. But the few of you who do, I hope you get the message of this exercise. Because I think you will get the message if you actually do this. Go to a graveyard. Be respectful, obviously. Don't, invade it or intrude on a funeral. But walk around and just kind of sit with death in a way that is very real and very tangible. You might be surprised how much this helps you sort of reconceptualize your life, reconceptualize the amount of time you have, cut through the nonsense in your head, cut through the overthinking, and help you remember what's truly important today and tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching this somewhat somber, but I feel extremely important video. If you got anything out of this video, please take a minute to let me know by clicking the like button below. Leave a comment beneath this video. If you actually do this in particular, I would love to hear from you, so please comment beneath. While you're at it, please make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well to be notified of new videos moving forward. Thanks again for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.